Alright, back to new album review. Today's review is on The Generation of Danger by Tallah. This is the second studio album by Tallah and it's a follow-up to Matriphagy, which I reviewed 2 years ago. The album was produced and recorded by Josh Schroeder at Random Awesome Studio, and Josh also produced their previous album. It is mastered by JP Braddock at Formation Studio. The lineup is slightly different this time around. We saw Justin Bonnet on lead vocals, Derek Schneider and Alex Snowden on guitars, and Max Portnoy on drums. However, Tallah now has a keyboardist by the name of Elise Rodriguez. On a side note, their bassist Andrew Cooper parted ways on November 21st, 2021 due to musical differences. Well, they did have two touring bassists take his place. The first was Mark Naples from 2021 to 2022. The second was Tyler Hinson in 2022. Tallah does not have an official bassist at the time of making this video. Anyways, the album was released on November 18th, 2022 on Earache Records. It was originally supposed to come out on September 9th, but got delayed for some reason. According to Earache Records' website, Justin stated that this album was the beginning of a new era for the band, since they decided to go in a heavier direction, as well as do some experimenting this time around. Just like Matriphagy, this album is mainly focused on nu metal and metalcore. However, the band decided to touch upon avant-garde metal this time around, hence the experimentation. Then again, Napalm Death have also ventured into avant-garde metal back in the 90s, and with their most recent studio album, but that's a different story. Just like Matriphagy, this is a concept album. Justin stated that the concept is about a scientist in his mid-50s named Dicker Addison, who was pissed off at the corporation called Chromafix Industrial, a fictional company that he works for that's based in Belgium and specializes in medical sciences. And he's pissed off at them because they took credit for his work and essentially threw him under the bus. Dicker works for the corporation as a head scientist. He retaliates against his employers by kidnapping them and forcing them to participate in an experiment by turning each of them into human-animal hybrids. The album's artwork kind of gives you an idea of what he's doing to them. Now, he does appear in the music videos wearing a white lab coat and a gas mask. Justin said that there are a handful of songs from this album that were written in 2018, and that more were written the following year. The band didn't have a concept until sometime after Matriphagy was completed. I'm not going to explain everything about the concept because Justin already has that covered. I'll include a link to a video that Justin made regarding the album's concept. Now let's talk about the songs. The intro to this album is Mud Castle. It's similar to how Redacted is the intro to Matriphagy. It's just that we don't have a continuation to Matriphagy, and that the Generation of Danger is its own concept. Justin mentions that this song is actually the end of the story. The next song is The Hard Reset. Justin said this song is about the first experiment by Dicker, and that the songs don't necessarily take place in chronological order. After that is Stomping Grounds. This shows that Tallah's sound has changed since their debut album. Next up is The Impressionist, which was released as a single on April 19th, 2022. This is one of my favorite songs from the album. The music video was made and I'm including a link in the description. Up next is Shaken Not Stirred. This was released as a single on September 1st, 2022. The song is actually the beginning of the story. There is a music video that was made and I'm including a link in the description. It's followed up by Further Recognition, which was released as a single on October 13th, 2022. It's another one of my favorite songs from the album. There is a music video that was made and I'm including a link in the description. Followed up with Of Nothing. It's essentially a continuation of the previous song where Dicker doesn't get the recognition for his work. What's after that is Dicker's Done, which was released as a single on November 10th, 2022. It's where Dicker loses his shit and decides to retaliate against former employers by kidnapping them one at a time and turning them into human-animal hybrids. What comes next is Telescope, which was released as a single on March 9th, 2022. This is one of the heaviest songs on the album. Not only is it my favorite song on the album, it has become my new favorite Tallah song. There is a music video that goes along with the song, and I'm including a link in the description. It followed up with Wendred. Wendred is the name of one of Dicker's victims, and he used to be Dicker's assistant. It followed up with Head First. It's another really heavy song, and you'll know if you were to listen to it. After that is Thistle. Now, there is some experimentation with this song as it touches upon avant-garde metal. The lyrics even mention that what Dicker is doing is, quote, the greatest experiment the world has ever seen. The finale of this album is How Long? This brings us right back to the beginning where Dicker has destroyed his secret laboratory, dumping his equipment and research papers off a bridge, and is on the run from the cops. Now, there's currently no info on how this album has performed commercially. However, it seems to have received positive reviews from critics, and rightfully so. When it comes to my opinion, I think this is even better than Matriphagy. I like how it set itself apart from its predecessor. The fact that Tallah decided to be more experimental this time, just makes things even better. And this makes sense because the character Dicker performs experiments on his former associates. Overall, I highly recommend this album, and it will be included on my list of the best albums of 2022. I mentioned in the past that Luna and Octavia would probably enjoy Tallah, which is why I have them sitting next to me for this review. Now is the part where I question you. Have you listened to The Generation of Danger? If so, what do you think about it? What's your favorite song from it? Was it the right decision to incorporate elements of avant-garde metal into this album? Do you think The Generation of Danger is a worthy successor to Matriphagy? Who do you think will be Tallah's new bassist? What are you expecting from Tallah going forward? Let me know in the comments. If you liked the video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Be sure to press the notification bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with another review.